Yay Media Group.
Yeah, but if you're from a small town, remember, like, we would wait outside, with people, and like they'd go to get beers. Be like, hey man, will you get us beers?
And people would.
Oh yeah.
See, I would
All
never
the
do
time.
that now.
Some people now you'd still get arrested back then,
but
you
there's
wouldn't.
somebody that actually would do that if some kids were asking.
Today?
Yeah.
I don't know about today.
I would never do that.
That would freak me. I mean, I would love to be that cool guy and get someone beer. I would never ever do that.
Hey guys, episode 125. I just ran home. This is just like one of the other episodes. Today I've not sat down at all. Lawson has sports every single night this week, so we are recording tonight. I look like I have been out on the field. My mascara smeared, face frozen. The wind was blowing so hard. And
you got your suburban mom uniform on?
I do, yes.
Puffy
and the
vest
shoes.
and some yogi pants.
And cozy. Yeah, I'm just in it. And okay, so Lawson and his friends, like, we'll carpool because he plays with a couple boys from school. And I love listening to their conversations. They don't think I'm listening. So tonight they were talking about their teachers, and Lawson's teacher I think she is beautiful. Don't you think?
Yeah.
She's like very attractive. And she told the whole class this. So she's 56. And I told Jeff this. I bet when she was in her 20s, she was like more than a smoke show, because she's a smoke show now. But anyways, Lawson loves her. And he goes, dude. No, he goes, bro.
Dude.
No, that's
like
my dad. Sorry, I got confused. Lawson says bro. So he goes, bro, my teacher's 56 and legit looks 30. And I was going to text her tonight and tell her, because I'll text her sometimes and I know she'll love it and get a kick out of it.
She tells the kids how old she is?
Yeah, because Lawson had said one night how old she was. And I go, don't guess anyone's age. Don't ever ask anybody how old they are, and went through this whole thing. And he goes, oh no, Mom, she tells us how old she is. And she loves Rick Springfield. And so whenever she gets the class's attention, don't they have to say, what does she say?
I don't know.
She says something in the class, we'll clap or something, and they say, Rick Springfield.
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know.
It's so funny, and I just love her personality. She really does. She is the best personality, and Lawson just adores her, and he has had the best year this year because of her and a couple other teachers.
Yeah. And she lives in our neighborhood, and he wants to go over there.
All
you
the time.
cannot go to your teacher's house.
And then on Fridays, she tells him where she goes and eats. He goes, let's go there tonight. And I go, absolutely not. Your teacher has been with you all week. The last thing she wants to do is to see one of her students. I feel bad for Lawson's first grade teacher. She also lives in our neighborhood, and she can't come up to the pool and hang out by herself. She gets bombarded every single time. So when she comes to the pool, and she listens to this podcast, so I hope you're listening, Lisa. She goes in disguise up at the pool. She wears a hat and tries to hide from the kids because she can't enjoy her time.
Yeah, you probably want to have a cocktail
it's
or
cute.
something.
It's cute that the kids love her. That's exactly it. I don't think she feels like she can have a cocktail or relax because all the kids are all over her.
When I was a kid, not that I just didn't think about it. I'm not even joking. I thought my teacher lived in a closet. I didn't think they were people.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know where they came from. I didn't think they had lives and things like that outside school. I just thought they were oh, they must live at the school. When I was little. You know what I mean? You don't think about them having lives. You know what I mean? And husbands and kids and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't
Maybe it's where you grew up.
think about it. I was just geez. I don't know, because they were just always there. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But this is when I was a little kid.
Did your parents socialize with your teachers?
No. Nobody socialized with the teachers.
My parents,
when you saw them at a basketball game or something, even getting whatever, you're oh my God, what are you doing here? It just, you never thought, you know what I'm talking about? We didn't socialize with our teachers like that.
Oh, my parents did.
Really?
My third grade year and fifth grade year were my best years with teachers. I did love my first grade teacher too. She taught me how to read, but the third grade teacher, my parents would go out for beers, and my dad hooked her up with one of his friends, and they dated for a long time. And
no, I never.
And I used to, my parents would be at a bar. There was this place called the Scoreboard, and it had games, and it would look like stadium seating, and it was a bar. It was like the coolest place ever, and it shut down. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we would go there. My parents would have beers, and some of the other parents from the school would all meet up, and everybody would hang out, and the teachers were there.
Oh, see, no way. We never
High
ever
school
did that.
Teachers, it wasn't like that. High school, the teachers kept to themselves. And you didn't like me. I wasn't close with teachers like that. Maybe other people were, but my gym teacher, I loved Miss McDonald. She would be like, Jordan, hurry up. And I was always like, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to, we had to do Pilates. She was the one I told you about that she gave me a D for my aerobics class.
For gym class?
Yeah, because I didn't want to do anything.
You didn't feel like stretching out?
I didn't want to do the Pilates, and we had to take a test on the Pilates moves, and I never paid attention, and so I like flunked it, and so I got a D. But I was very good about walking the track. I always loved walking the track because I could walk and talk with people. But if it involved anything else, like yoga poses at the time or Pilates, I was like, I'm out. I don't want to do it.
Wow, that's interesting.
And my friend Megan was, if y'all are OG followers for a long time, my friend Megan, we met in 9th grade ELP class, and Megan had—
What's ELP?
It was a social studies class. I can't remember what it stood for. It was ELP.
Sounds like you got a D in that too.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Did your school ever have, I'm getting off topic now, the trailers? Like when your school was overfilled, then you had the trailers and they put them in the back of the school, and it would be freezing, and you were in this
class in the trailer?
In a trailer. Yeah.
Why? Because you had a lot of kids in your high school.
There were 900 freshmen. My freshman year, 900.
See, we had like 1,000 in the whole school, I think.
Yeah, you had the smaller.
Yeah.
But our school was huge. And me and Megan met Mr. Kluwer's class. And we were bad students. But Megan had gym. Going back to the whole thing, going back to gym. Megan had gym class when I did. And this was like the time Megan would wear the cheerleading shorts. Those were like super popular then. Everybody wore cheerleading shorts that were stretchy, and you would wear like your t-shirt. Megan would always wear hose underneath her cheerleading shorts.
Like pantyhose, like granny, like the nude ones, the nude ones?
Pantyhose and Manolos. And her grandma bought her Manolos.
What's a Manolo?
They look like Timberlands, but heels. And Megan would wear those with her hose. I hope she's listening to this episode right now.
Oh my goodness.
And
it sounds like a Hoochie Mama Hooters waitress.
Megan needs her own reality show. Then Megan also, poor thing, I fried her hair. So I was like, I'll color your hair. So we went to Sally's Beauty, and I bought bleach, and she's like, I want my hair color like yours. And Megan is a natural brunette, and it turned orange. And so I go, let's go get more bleach. We'll put it on top. That is the worst. You cannot, like, bleach on bleach is the worst you could do to your hair. I fried her hair so bad. And then it like didn't grow. And Megan always had the white blonde hair and like orangey roots. So can you just picture that? Cheerleading shorts with hose, Manolo Blancs.
Oh boy.
That was Megan.
I dyed my hair one time because remember, like Sugar Ray had the tips, like remember the boy band. So I was going on spring break. I was like in high school
to Panama.
Yeah, to Panama City, and I wanted the tips, you know. And the girlfriend I was going out with at the time, her cousin did my hair and would do it for me. But we broke up because I was going on spring break, and she banned her cousin from doing my hair. So I went and got this stuff myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just do it myself.
Oh no, and it's orange.
Dude, I dyed the whole thing blonde. So the whole top, like you're just supposed to pull a hair through the cap.
Wait, you put bleach all over?
So I put it all over and so I just put it like this with my finger. I didn't know what I was doing. You're supposed to pull it through the cap, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I just went like this and just pulled like my tips and did it. And then I put a bag over it and I just left it for like an hour and I pulled it off and my whole top of my head was blonde. And we were leaving like the next day.
So what'd you do?
I went to the store, got like just for men or something. I dyed my hair like it was dark brown, black.
Was it black?
So then I went in the ocean and it like all came out. My hair was like orange and it was the worst. I totally ruined my hair. So I guess my ex-girlfriend was probably happy with that.
Yeah, because nobody was looking at
like,
you.
Dude, what's up with this guy? He's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I forgot which spring break that was.
Isn't it fun? Like you think back of like all the things you did when you were younger, like that spring break, high school thing. And it's just like good times, good memories. I always think of like now kids. I feel like kids now probably wouldn't, but I could be wrong. For me, it was big to get a fake ID. And like I stole my sister's ID because at the time we looked very similar. And the Texaco gas station that my parents would always go to, the guy that ran it never could get me and my sister right. Like he thought we were twins and would get us confused on who was who. So I would take my sister's ID, use it for 21, and I would get beer and I pretend I was my sister. And I would just get beers and leave. And I was not old enough, obviously.
Yeah, but if you're from a small town, remember like we would wait outside, you know, with people and like they'd go to get beers. Be like, hey man, will you get us beers?
And people would.
Oh yeah.
See, I would never do that now.
Some people now you'd still get arrested back then.
But there's somebody that actually would do that if some kids were asking.
Today?
Yeah.
I don't know about today.
I would never do that.
That would freak me. I mean, I would love to be that cool guy and get someone beer. I would never, ever do that.
Never.
Ever. You could ruin your life.
I know.
Before, like, I mean, you're in Chicago. People are like, whatever. And if a cop came, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. Who knows if they would even care. But people would just buy it for us. We'd give them money. They'd take it and just leave it right on the outside and just walk away.
Really?
Like, yeah, they had nothing to do it. Yeah, all the time.
See, mine, I had to do it myself. I had to get like an ID, and then I paid a guy $50 at one of the private schools. He made a fortune. He did everybody. So I was born in 86, and at the time he needed to change it to a 4. So he somehow scratched out my 6 and made it a 4. Legit. Couldn't even tell. And I got it taken away a week before my 21st birthday, and that's what I used all the time. Thank God I never got pulled over, because if I got pulled over, I would have been like in a lot of trouble. But I used that all the time, just like to get in for 21. And my sister, I remember it's her 21st birthday. I was like, yeah, it's my 21st birthday. And it wasn't. And I took all the attention. She was so mad at me. She was like, it is about me, not you.
We had a couple of kids. I know we're going to take a break because we're going a little long. But yeah, we had a couple of kids that would take legit other people's paperwork and go to the DMV and pretend that they were them and get a real ID to show that they were 21. A couple of people had huge balls, and then they would just buy beers. Yeah, that takes some balls because you could get in real trouble. You know what I mean?
But when you're younger, that was what's so great when you're younger.
You don't think anything's going to happen.
You don't think anything's going to happen.
They're just going to be like, get out of here. But when you're messing with like government stuff, I don't know. I think you get in a little bit of trouble.
I have anxiety about the smallest thing. And I think about what I did in my past.
Me too.
And I'm like, how did I not have anxiety then? Or standing up and handing a guy your fake ID and being like, yeah, I'm so-and-so. How did that not give me anxiety? I loved it. It was like a rush. Seeing if I could get in.
They know. They just, you need.
No. Megan, Miss Burns, the one I was talking about with the hose and Manolos, Megan could never get in because she had a baby face. And they would always be like, I'm sorry, you can't. And we'd have to call my mom to come get Megan.
All right, let's take a quick break. And I got a story too before, and then we'll get on some other stuff.
Okay.
So just like people decluttering their homes in March or for springtime, it's also a great time to refresh your nutrition and daily habits.
Yes, drink your AG1. Jeff and I have been drinking it for over a year now. You all know that we're big supporters of AG1. I drink my AG1 every single morning. Like I tell you guys, 4 ounces of water, one scoop of your AG1, and then a couple drops of vitamin D3 K2.
We've been doing this show for over a year now. AG1 has been a sponsor for a long time, and we've kind of created this AG1 buddy system. All of our friends and family members are on the AG1 train because we love it so much. It's part of our daily routine. I take it first thing in the morning, just a couple ounces of water, pop in my AG1, boom, and I'm good to go for the day.
I can tell when I don't take it. I don't feel sick with the vitamin C and zinc. I'm normally somebody who gets vitamin deficiencies, and actually just had my blood work done the other day, and everything came back fine. And I think it's because of my drinking AG1.
Unlike other supplements that come and go, AG1 is a habit that actually sticks because you can feel the difference, just what Jordan's talking about. What benefits have you noticed or continue to notice since drinking AG1? I just feel better.
Yeah, I feel good. I think knowing that you're giving your body the nutrients that it needs.
I think I read a question that I was supposed to just say, but that's all right.
As spring weather encourages more travel, hiking, and weekend getaways, AG1 travel packs make it easy to stay consistent no matter where you are. Every time we travel, we take our travel packs with us. And also AG1 helps support your gut health. And that is one thing that I have been working on.
Absolutely. When it comes to my health, I want something I could trust. And that's why I choose AG1 with science-backed ingredients and real benefits. I can feel it. AG1 makes it easy to support overall wellness every day. And that's why I've been partnering with AG1 for over a year now.
And AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle of vitamin D3 K2, and 5 free travel packs in your box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/togetherness to get that offer. That's drinkag1.com/togetherness to start your new year on a healthier note. This podcast is sponsored by SelectQuote. All right, so this is something Jeff and I have talked about, especially with our neighbors, like when we get in our deep combos and we're talking about our future. And when you have kids, life isn't about you anymore. It's about your kids. It's about your future. It's about if something does happen unexpectedly in your life, you want to be covered and make sure your family is okay. And this is something I've talked to about Jeff, meaning, okay, if something happened to you, are me and the boys going to be all right?
Yeah. I always think of my life like me with you and then me before that, like BC, like before Christ. Mine is before children because it's a totally different life. You're living for yourself and you don't have to worry about anyone else. Then when you have children, you're not living for yourself anymore. You're living for your kids, and you want to make sure your kids are in good hands if something does happen to you. And that's where SelectQuote comes in.
If you want your kids and your spouse's future to be financially secure, just in case something unforeseen happens to you, and with life insurance through SelectQuote, a customized, affordable policy can do just that.
This is something that we truly need to get on, and SelectQuote is why we're doing this sponsorship, because it's something that we need in our own lives. Make sure you're secure with your life insurance with SelectQuote. Plus, if you're in good health, they work with carriers that can get you same-day coverage with no medical exam required, which is very important.
Other life insurance brokers offer impersonal, one-size-fits-all policies that may cost you more and cover you less, while SelectQuote can help find the right policy for you.
Head to SelectQuote.com and a licensed insurance agent will call you right away with the right policy for your life and your budget. SelectQuote, they shop, you save.
Have you been worried about trying to fit shopping for life insurance into your busy schedule? In as little as 15 minutes, a SelectQuote licensed insurance agent can tailor a life insurance policy to your family's needs and budget. And have you been concerned about the cost of life insurance? I know we have. It's more affordable than you think with SelectQuote, with some policies costing less than $1 a day.
So get the right life insurance for your family family for less at SelectQuote.com/togetherness. That's MESS. Go to SelectQuote.com/togetherness today to get started. That's SelectQuote.com/togetherness. MESS.
Get the right life insurance for you for less at SelectQuote.com/togetherness.
Real quick to finish out the fake ID thing. I remember when I was bouncing in California because I did like waiting tables, and at night I would be a bouncer and stuff. And I remember like this one bar I worked at, it was like dead. And the manager's like, hey dude, let in some people that are underage. It's fine. Like, it's
they
dead.
told you to?
Yeah, they told me. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I won't say what the name, well, it's closed on. It doesn't even matter. It was 25 years ago. And it was on Sunset Boulevard. He's like, you could let in some, he would tell me, like, let in a couple underage people and
Just to get people
let's
in.
get some people in here. And then once in a while, they'd have sheriffs come in and like card people in there, but it was rare. And all the police on, I think they did this in Chicago too. I definitely know in California, they all ate and drank for free. Like every restaurant I was at, the police would always eat and drink for free because then you're kind of like, hey man, maybe you could look the other way on something stupid. You know what I mean? Not like they were bribing them for, they weren't in the mafia or anything, but they'd always let them eat and drink for free just because then they would come around and help out a little bit more if there was like a fight or something, So whatever reason, like you just took care of the police, But then we got a heads up that that they were coming to do checks, because they were going up and down Sunset. And the guy goes, oh, dude, you got to get rid of those girls you just let in. So they're all drinking, and I go up to the table and their IDs were the worst. And so as a bouncer, like I was laughing because I'm like, this is the worst ID ever, but you give it back. And then like you said, they feel like they tricked you. They feel cool, but really they weren't tricking anybody. I was just like, whatever, I don't care either, So they got in and I go, hey, listen, girls, I'm going to get in big trouble. The cops are coming. You guys got to go. And they're like, what are you talking about? We showed you our ID. I go, your IDs are the worst. I go, my boss was nice enough to let you in. Please, I'm going to get in trouble now if you guys don't go. And they're like, and one of the girls is like, you're okay. They're like, we'll leave. And they actually left. They were like nice about it. Cause I'm like, guys, I'm going to get in big trouble because the cops are coming. And then I had to kick them out. But yeah, nobody cared. As long as you had like an ID that was decent, nobody cared.
Right.
Really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I used your ID, someone were like, what are you talking about? But as long as it was okay, I don't think anybody
Like
cared.
my sisters, I always like, because if they questioned me, I knew the address, I knew everything. But if they look, my sister's only 5'2" or 5'3". And so they would have known a difference because I'm 5'6", and then with heels, a little bit taller, they knew.
I know. It was fun times. All right. Let's switch gears a little bit right here. Guys, we gave you that number to call in the hotline, and I really didn't think people were going to call in because I just didn't know.
Riley said it's the most calls left or voicemails left that she's had.
Yeah. And that makes us feel good that people still like a good hotline number to call in. So we'll post it on our social media again. But if you want to call in, we're going to start taking a couple calls just because I heard they're funny. Our producer Riley listens to them all. She's like, the fans are so great. So again, thank you guys so much. It really does. I don't think about it enough. And then I like people really do listen. And, when we have a call to action, they do respond. So thank you so much for writing in or calling into the hotline. Again, that number is 720-722-1082. If you guys want to call in, leave a message, whatever you want to do, we're going to take some of those.
Don't you feel like it's kind of like, wasn't there a show on MTV and people would call in and it was about like sex?
Was it Loveline with Dr. Drew?
Loveline.
Yeah, Dr. Drew did it.
I was young when that was on, but I remember like sneaking. It came on at like 11 midnight, like late. And I remember I'd sneak and watch it when my parents were asleep.
Oh, because they talk about love?
Yeah.
All right, let's take one of these. We haven't listened to these either, so let's take one and see what's happening here. All right, here, let's go.
Now I feel like I don't have any gossip. This is Carol from Washington State, and I have a random question for you. On your Togethermess photo, I've always noticed you two sitting on the sofa, but I never noticed the two kids behind you peeking over the edge of the sofa. Were they always there? Am I losing it, or do you add them later? Thanks for the podcast. Love you guys since Big Brother, and looking forward.
Oh, Carol, thank you so much. I cut you off too at the end there. But yeah, that's so funny you mentioned that. We never talked about how we did that photo shoot.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really hear you. You were the one. It was your idea.
Yeah. So here's an interesting thing. When we started doing the podcast, we originally had this idea of laying on our backs and having like, we had like some stuff from Amazing Race, like the envelopes that you're not supposed to take, but we took them anyway. We hid them like in our bags. And we had other like Big Brother paraphernalia and different things that just represent different parts of our lives. And we were laying on our backs while the photographer, my buddy Peter from DBL, was like above us taking pictures. And for some reason, they just didn't work out.
It didn't transfer over. It
Yeah,
didn't
the
look
idea,
right.
the concept was good, but the photos themselves weren't flattering.
No, we looked super swollen, and I don't know. We had this idea of just what we wanted, and it wasn't coming out like we wanted. So then you came up with the idea.
Yeah. So if you guys ever, I don't know how I came up with this. We're the back of our logo is, our logo is the back of this couch. But if anyone has ever seen the movie The Breakup with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston, by the way, I was an extra in that in like 3 different scenes.
I forgot.
Yeah.
You want me to pull it up? Or no, we can pull it up.
Yeah, you'll pull it up. So anyways, the cover photo of that is them laying in bed. And if you do a side by side, you could do Ian, our guy, our editor, will pop this together. So I don't know how I remembered that, but I'm like, let's pretend like we're laying in bed and like just use this as our backboard, the back of the couch. So I think I took my shirt off, or you took your
I just pulled my straps down.
Yeah,
and then
I just pulled the blanket like we're looking for the blanket.
And you were like, look annoyed.
Yeah. So I wanted to kind of mimic that. That's where I got the idea from. And then the kids were there and they're like, could we be in it too? And I go, why don't you guys just jump over the top here and peek over? And when Peter took the picture, we looked at it. I'm like, that's a wrap.
The one.
Yeah. It was just so
natural.
It was so natural how it came together and how we went a totally different direction with that cover photo. But once he showed me that picture, I'm like, we're done.
Yeah.
It's over. Like everything just came out perfect. Like Jordan looking the other way, me kind of pointing. The kids did a good job of just peeking over. And it was one
so
shot.
Young.
I know.
And that was only a year ago. And before that, we had taken so many pictures and I was so discouraged. I was like, none of these cover photos are really what I want. And then you came up with that idea and now I can't picture.
Yeah. And now it's such a
it.
good, I don't know. I love that shot. So it really came out good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks, Carol. That was an interesting question we never talked about. This thing says audio recording Southwest flights. There we go. Let's get into some stuff here.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jordan. Thanks for entertaining us. Well, at least me. I have a long drive. I'm a Southwest flight attendant, and I just listened to your guys' episode about the South Mess. And I have to tell you that we, as employees, are a little disappointed in some of the changes as well. And, Jeff, you're right. It's not a new CEO. It's Elliott Investment Firms has bought 20% stake in the company. And the founder, Herb Callender, passed away in 2019. So those are all the big changes, and hopefully we survive. Keep flying because I'm a flight attendant, and I got to work till I'm dead, and I'm only 50. So we need the business.
No.
All right. Thanks, guys. This is a cool idea with the phone number. This is fun. All right. Have a good day, guys, and thanks for always entertaining me. I always laugh out.
Well, thanks for calling in. We love that. And how did we not come up with South Mess? That's like kind of our thing.
I like it.
Yeah,
South
good
Mess.
job. Good job. Well, you know what? We didn't rip Southwest too bad, did we? I was disappointed more so.
Yeah, we're still flying Southwest.
Yeah, I'll still fly
A friend of ours was
Southwest.
talking about it. And they were like, I guess I'm just going to have to get the Southwest card or something like that for the free bag.
You got to pay probably $100 a year. But I still feel like the customer service is better than other airlines, just in my opinion. And I still feel like even with the additional charge for the bags, it's still going to end up being cheaper than other airlines.
The Southwest flight attendants are really the best. They're always so pleasant, especially with kids. They're so nice and they're not annoyed.
They make it fun. Even when they do the boring announcements that
Yeah.
nobody listens to, they make it fun.
Yeah.
You know?
My dad's girlfriend is a flight attendant, but for American Airlines.
Yeah. And with all like things have just gotten crazy traveling wise. You know, everyone's just going bananas. I don't see those as many, like, those videos.
Oh,
Like of people just going berserk for no reason and they have to get
just
dragged
wait.
off.
If you search for it,
I
your
bet you're right.
algorithm
I know.
go. Now it's actually funny because of our phones here. What we talk about, if I get on my Instagram, what we talked about, some of them will pop up like on my search. Like if talking about Southwest, a lot of my stuff on the search will show on my feed. It'll show Southwest stuff.
Yeah, listens.
I know. It's just weird. Alexa, I don't trust Alexa either. I don't use Alexa. I turn it off. Remember me and you would get in deep combos and we would unplug Alexa before we got in our deep combos?
Yeah. Why do we do that? We were drunk, I think. That was at the old apartment.
Yeah, I'm like the government's listening to us. Turn it off.
Yeah, because we're talking about our mafia secrets when we get in a fight. I don't understand. But let's take a quick break here and we'll come back and maybe take one more. There's supposed to be a funny call that I really want to listen to. So we're going to come back and listen to that one. I'm kind of in this wine rut. I wish I was like a wine connoisseur, but I'm not. I kind of just go by like what the bottle is and maybe what someone told me off a suggestion. I need to get better at picking my wines.
I do too. And I know what you mean about being a wine connoisseur because you love to cook and you're always like, oh, what wine should I have with this? And you normally go with your same red wine. But with this,
I'm a Malbec guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always call it Malbec.
I think I might have said that wrong. What is a wine connoisseur?
Somebody who...
A sommelier?
Oh, don't even ask me.
All right, let's get back to the wine.
With this, you can try a variety of different wines. Like for me, I don't like dry wine. I more so am like the fruity type.
Well, I like to try different things, but I haven't been a FirstLeaf wine member for long, but they already know exactly what wines I like, whether it's red or white, like I just said, sweet or dry. They always get it right. Every shipment feels like it's personalized just for me.
Becoming a FirstLeaf member is so easy. To get started, you answer a few questions about your taste preferences, and they do the rest. One of our favorite parts about the FirstLeaf membership is how flexible the delivery schedule is. You can choose when and where your wine ships, so you're always stocked up and you're ready to host friends, family, if you have something coming up.
Yeah, we get ours every 3 months. This way I feel like it's not stocking up. If we have an event to go to, it's nice to have a bottle to bring. Mm-hmm. Like whether it's a neighbor's house or a dinner. And then you could kind of describe, hey, I got this from FirstLeaf. It's really cool. You fill out this questionnaire. And I really do like filling out that questionnaire.
We have some wine right now sitting, waiting for you to drink it.
Well, I've been feeling under the weather, but as soon as I feel better, that wine's gone. Plus, let me get you this. If I get a bottle that I don't absolutely love, it's not a problem because FirstLeaf has 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Join FirstLeaf today and enjoy the fresh vibes of spring with wines you love. Go to tryfirstleaf.com/togetherness to sign up and you'll get your first 6 handpicked bottles for just $44.95. That's tryfirstleaf, tryfirstleaf.com/togetherness. Tryfirstleaf.com/togetherness.
Welcome back. Let's, there's a couple more. Like I said, you guys, thank you so much for calling in. This is fun. I love listening and actually putting, hearing your voice. I wish there was a face to the name, but let's listen to this one. I don't know if this one's real or not. I think it's this last one, but let's listen and see what we got here. Ready?
Oh my gosh. Okay. First of all, I'm a huge fan. I love you guys so much. This is not like TikTok. I can't pause it and then because I'm nervous and then come back later, can I? Okay. Here's the thing. I love y'all. And I've watched you from the very beginning. And I remember a time on Big Brother. And Jeff, you plagued me to death. because you was fixing a salad and you was putting salt and pepper on the salad, and somebody said something, and you was like, who don't put salt and pepper on their salads? I was like, me? I don't. Guess what I did? I put salt and pepper on my next salad. And honey, to this day, I put salt and pepper on my salad. Like, you almost don't need salad dressing with salt and pepper. Like, where have I been all these years? I'm 62. I'm going to be 63. But anyway, it's been a while. I've been putting salt and pepper on my salad. So, give me a thumbs up for that one. And Jordan,
There's more.
one of my favorite clips of you was the spider conversation with Jeff. I can't go into it because it's well, it's not about the birds and the bees. It's about a spider. If you know, you know. And I'm sure Jeff and Jordan remember that conversation. And I'm going to leave a grandma tip. Jeff, spend the $150 on the janky toys. Because years later, you're not going to miss the $150. You're not going to be sitting there thinking, what could I could have got some great beer mugs with that $150. You're not even going to miss it. You're going to remember the good time that you had when you spent the $150, and you're going to remember being so mad that you paid $150 for a $1.50 junky toy. Okay, anyway, I said all that to say this. I love you guys. I love your show. You need your own reality show. I've been saying that for years. And just keep on making us smile. We love you guys. Bye. Have a good day.
Oh,
Mickey Joe. That was Mickey Joe, everybody.
Mickey Joe, you need your own reality
Dude,
show.
I think I want to get Mickey Joe's number and call her and get her on the show.
Yeah. I love you.
What do you mean
Where
you
are
never
you
put
from?
salt and pepper on a salad, Mickey Joe? First of all, I don't even remember that conversation.
I don't know.
Who doesn't put salt and pepper on a salad?
I put it on if I got tomatoes in there. I put like extra
Your accent's becoming thicker because of Mickey Joe. That's your
I just
people.
had that. Oh, Southern people.
What did she talk about? Janky toy.
Like a janky toy. Buy the, like the cheap toy that they sell there. Janky's
Where?
like the toys that they have at like Disney on Ice.
Oh, that's what you're talking
with
about.
like the light up.
I forgot what I was complaining about.
Glow.
But yeah, I got you. Mickey Joe, I love you too, but I'm not. I can't. You know what? I am buying that because I talk a big game and I end up caving anyway. But yeah, I'm not happy.
By the way,
about
where
it.
are our kids?
One of them just came down, and I told them to come inside when it's dark. Yeah, that was hilarious.
We need to find her. How can we get her on?
She's listening to us right now. Mickey Joe, write in to our Gmail and give us your information.
Yeah, we need her on.
Yeah.
I miss Southern people. I hope she's Southern. She sounds Southern.
Where do you think she's from?
But it sounds like the South. I know.
You want to take one more and then wrap it up?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we got one more here. This is Dear Crabby. So let's see. This is Tiffany. Let's see what Tiffany's got, and then we'll wrap this up.
Hey, Jeff and Jordan. It's Tiffany from Phoenix, Arizona. Yes!
Yes!
I wanted to ask a Dear Crabby. My husband leaves the lights on, the water going, and I'm very frugal, just like Jeff. Now, I don't call myself a tight ass, but we call it frugal around here. But I wanted to ask, should I lighten up or does he need to step up? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
He needs to step up, Tiffany. Be a tight ass.
You
and
guys
you could
are
use
the
that word.
best. I love these.
These are great.
I feel like leave the lights on.
What?
I've always turned the lights off.
No, I don't.
You always have the lights on, and then I turn them off, and you're always like, why is it so dark?
Well, I don't like sitting in the dark when it's 6 o'clock. You know,
I
like
do.
in the wintertime, it gets dark early. Luckily now it's, it gets dark 7:30 and it's just going to continue to stay lighter. I love that. But I hate just sitting in the dark when it's 6:00 and it's time for dinner and you shut everything off.
Because it's quiet time.
It's not 6:00?
Well, when it got dark early, yeah, because I try to get the boys to bed at 8:30. I have a routine. I'm very serious about my nighttime routine. My PJs. I like being in my PJs at a certain time. I like to shower.
Yeah, speaking of not, like you accuse me of leaving the lights on, which I don't. You take a giant bath every single night. Every single night.
I relax.
That's gallons of water.
I could be drinking. That's way more expensive. But instead, I'm taking a bath. I could be going out to a restaurant and drinking a lot of wine or drinking every single weekend. That costs a lot of money.
Wow, that was good flip the script
I
right
know.
there.
You know?
All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, but wait, did we even answer her, Dear Crabby? I felt like we turned it on ourselves.
Oh, yeah, we did. I said continue. I said he's got to step up. I'm taking Tiffany's side because she called in. And she's like me. She's a tidy. She calls it frugal. You could say tidy.
Yeah.
Well, am I talking to myself? What's happening?
No,
You're fading away?
no, I'm not fading away at all.
Okay,
But we
Jordan's
all know.
tie-dye.
Tay. All right, read your quote. We're done.
Wow, you fizzled out right there. If this was like one of those stock market charts, you just crashed towards the end. I don't know what happened there. All right, here we go. Here's a little quote, and then Jordan could.
Speaking of stock, do you have a Tesla stock?
No, why? I should buy some though.
No, I think Tesla stock is fading. I don't know, but I just from what I see.
But you know what? Every time like that happens, remember like the whole thing with I know it's all politic based and things like that, but I mean Tesla's a good company. Whatever politics you believe in, if the price is down now, that's the time to buy. Don't listen. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a stockbroker, but remember like when Peloton got ripped?
Yeah.
Because they had some girl
I forgot
that was
what it
skinny
was.
on. It was ridiculous. But it dipped for a little bit and then it dipped and then it shot right back up. So I'm wondering if Tesla, because the stock's down now because everyone's crazy with Elon Musk, I wonder if now is the time to buy.
Ask your dad.
Look at Nancy Pelosi's stock.
Everybody follow Jeff's dad and his brother Scott. They know. Know the stock
You could
market.
follow political insiders on both sides. You could follow like Nancy Pelosi or.
But why wouldn't everybody do that?
They do.
Isn't her husband like worth something crazy? Why wouldn't you follow
Nancy Pelosi's got a better record than Warren Buffett. And he's like the #1 stock guy of all time. And she makes better trades than he does.
But then why wouldn't people do the same?
You can. There's things on Instagram. It's called like political tracker. And you could follow and you could just tail Nancy Pelosi's or whoever. Both sides do this. I'm not trying to be political. Both sides of the aisle do that. And you could follow their stocks.
Yeah. I just follow your dad. Your dad knows what's going on.
Yeah, my dad knows what's up.
Jeff's
But anyways,
dad knows what's up. Come in.
Oh, you want to come in? All right, buddy. I'm going to read this quote. This is Lawsy's. Is your brother inside too?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was wondering where you guys were.
We just came back from Julie's.
Okay, good for you. All right.
Hey.
Ready? Listen to this, buddy. Here's a good life lesson for you. We are reminded how short life is and how we are just passing through. So all the people you haven't told you love lately, tell them and live your days like you mean it. So what do you say to us?
Oh, thanks.
So what do you
Did
say?
you listen to me?
I love you.
I love you.
Did you listen to that?
Lane gave me an orange.
Listen to this. We are reminded how short life really is and how we are just passing through. So all the people you haven't told you love lately, tell them and live your days like you mean it. Does that mean anything to you?
I don't really get it.
Tell everybody you love them.
Oh, love them, love them, love them.
Lawson, I told the story about how you love your teacher.
Yeah, Mrs. Hughes.
What do
Yeah.
you say? Why do you say Rick Springfield?
Because I might be wrong.
Because she will say I love, and then she says I love, and we say Rick Springfield.
And is that supposed to get you guys like quiet?
I thought you like clap your hands.
Oh, yeah,
You
and
clap
we
your
go
hands
and
and then you say
Field trip.
Rick Springfield.
No.
Okay, I lied. I made that up.
Sometimes we say, I love Jesse's girl.
All right. I think we got to wrap this up. It's getting out of control.
And then we got Leighton over here.
Who's the crazy?
And Layton's going on his first field trip.
Yeah.
I'm going to chaperone. Big Sexy's tagging along.
I didn't get it.
Oh, boy.
It's not a big sexy thing, but
Why did I
big
not
sexy.
get go on?
And then what do you love about your teacher?
She's nice. She's kind.
All right.
Yeah, roll that orange up in your dirty hand that you've been playing outside with.
And she's the best.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what? You guys are the best. Thanks for downloading. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling into the hotline and purchasing stuff and everything. You guys are the best, and I love to be reminded of that. I need to focus on that more, and I need to tell people I love them more. I love you, boys.
Every time you say hotline, I think of Pretty Ricky song. On the hotline.
All right. Bye. All right. Let's wrap it up.
Bye.